You're standing in your hallway, gym bag on your shoulder, one shoe tied, and somewhere between lacing the second one and actually walking out the door, a voice in your head says, tomorrow. You sit back down. Or this one. You finish an episode. Netflix starts counting down. 5 seconds, until the next one autoplays. The remote is 18 inches away. You don't move it. You just watch the numbers count down and let it happen. Neither of these moments feels like a decision. They feel like gravity? Here's the question nobody asks. Why does doing nothing feel so good and feel so bad at the exact same time? We live in a culture obsessed with hustle. 5 a.m. wake-ups, productivity apps, guilt if you didn't move your body today. And yet, your default setting, the place your body drifts back to the second nobody's watching, is the couch. Why would evolution build a creature that feels shame about the very thing its body is begging it to do? The answer takes us back 2 million years, to a savanna, to a world where calories were the only currency that mattered. Out there, food wasn't on a shelf, it was running, or rooted 3 feet underground, or hanging in a tree 40 feet up. Every single calorie you burned chasing it was a calorie you might never get back. A failed hunt didn't mean ordering a backup pizza. It meant a hungrier tomorrow. Sometimes, it meant not waking up at all. So, evolution did something brutally logical. It built a brain that treats unnecessary movement as a threat, not laziness, a survival algorithm. Harvard evolutionary biologist Daniel Lieberman has spent decades studying this in the Hadza, a hunter-gatherer community in Tanzania who still live by hunting and foraging today. And what he found breaks almost everything we assume about primitive life. The Hadza are about 12 times more physically active than the average American or European. The men walk 7 to 10 miles a day tracking animals. The women walk about 5, digging for tubers, carrying children on their hips the whole way. But notice what's missing from that sentence. None of it is exercise. Not one Hadza adult has ever laced up running shoes to get their steps in. They move, because moving gets them food. The second the task is done, they stop. They sit. They rest in the shade for hours, doing essentially nothing. Lieberman calls this the most honest fact about human nature he's ever documented. We did not evolve to move for the sake of moving. We evolved to move only when it had a payoff. Energy spent without a reason was, for nearly the entire span of human history, a luxury that could get you killed. Even your resting body knows this. Roughly 2/3 of the calories you burn in a day go to nothing you'd call activity at all. Keeping your heart beating, your brain firing, your organs running, that's not a metaphor, that's accounting. Your body has always treated energy like a number that's running out, because for 200,000 years, it usually was. Then, in the blink of evolutionary time, everything flipped. 10,000 years ago, agriculture. 200 years ago, the Industrial Revolution. And now, you can get 4,000 calories delivered to your door in under 30 minutes without standing up from your couch. The fridge that once required a 40-mile foraging trip is 6 steps from where you're sitting right now. The hunt that used to risk your life now risks nothing but a tap on a glowing rectangle in your hand. Your environment evolved at the speed of a smartphone update. Your brain is still running software built for a world that hasn't existed in 10,000 years. This is what researchers now call evolutionary mismatch. And it's not a fringe theory. A clinical trial out of the University of Bath actually built a health program around this exact idea, reframing exercise and diet advice through evolutionary logic instead of guilt. The results were measurably better than standard advice. Telling people your body is doing exactly what it was built to do worked better than telling them try harder. There's a darker layer underneath this too. It's not just your muscles that resist effort. Your brain does the same math. Your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for decisions, planning, willpower, is, pound for pound, the most metabolically expensive tissue in your entire body. Every choice you make burns real fuel. Researchers studying what's called decision fatigue have found that as the day wears on and that fuel gets spent, your brain quietly shifts strategy. It stops asking, what's the best choice here? And starts asking, what requires the least effort? That's not a character flaw showing up at 6 p.m. That's a 200,000-year-old energy management system doing exactly its job. So picture it again. The shoelace. The 5th second on the Netflix countdown. That's not you failing. That's the most successful survival strategy your ancestors ever ran. Still humming along inside you, perfectly intact, doing precisely what kept human beings alive for 2 million years on a planet that punished waste without mercy. You're not broken. You're not undisciplined. You are, in this exact moment, carrying out a program written by ancestors who survived famines you'll never know the names of. Droughts that erased entire bloodlines. Years where the difference between sitting still and moving for no reason was the difference between living and not. Every single one of them made it. And the proof is sitting on your couch right now. So tomorrow, when you can't make yourself tie that second shoelace, you might still go. You might still get up. But when you don't, you're allowed to know exactly what's happening. That's not weakness talking. That's 2 million years of someone else's hard-won survival, quietly asking you to rest.